And in the end, as in a vision, came to me the short-haired and detestable dogs, and the way seemed plain. By the wisdom of Odsbark, my father and a strong man, had the blood of our own wolf-dogs been kept clean, wherefore had they remained warm of hide and strong in the harness. So I returned to my village, and made oration to the man. This be a tribe, these white men, I said, a very large tribe, and doubtless there is no longer meat in their land, and they are come among us to make a new land for themselves. But they weaken us, and we die. They are a very hungry folk. Already has our meat gone from us, and it were well, if we would live, that we deal by them as we have dealt by their dogs. And further oration I made, counselling fight. And the men of the Whitefish listened, and some said one thing, and some another, and some spoke of other and worthless things, and no man made brave talk of deeds and war. But while the young men were weak as water and afraid, I watched that the old men sat silent, and that in their eyes fires came and went. And later, when the village slept and no one knew, I drew the old men away into the forest and made more talk. And now we were agreed, and we remembered the good young days, and the free land, and the times of plenty, and the gladness and sunshine, and we called ourselves brothers, and swore great secrecy, and a mighty oath to cleanse the land of the evil breed that had come upon it. It be plain we were fools, but how were we to know, we old men of the Whitefish? And to hearten the others, I did the first deed. I kept guard upon the Yukon till the first canoe came down. In it were 2 white men, and when I stood upright upon the bank and raised my hand, they changed their course and drove in to me. And as the man in the bow lifted his head so, that he might know wherefore I wanted him, my arrow sang through the air straight to his throat, and he knew. The second man, who held paddle in the stern, had his rifle half to his shoulder when the first of my 3 spear casts smote him. These be the first, I said, when the old men had gathered to me. Later we will bind together all the old men of all the tribes, and after that the young men who remain strong, and the work will become easy. And then the 2 dead white men we cast into the river, and of the canoe, which was a very good canoe, we made a fire, and a fire also of the things within the canoe. But first we looked at the things, and they were pouches of leather which we cut open with our knives. And inside these pouches were many papers, like that from which thou hast read, O Haukan, with markings on them, which we marvelled at and could not understand. Now I am become wise, and I know them for the speech of men, as thou hast told me. A whisper and buzz went around the courtroom when Haukan finished interpreting the affair of the canoe, and one man's voice spoke up. That was the lost 91 mail, Peter James and Delaney bringing it in and last spoken at Labarge by Matthews going out. The clerk scratched steadily away, and another paragraph was added to the history of the North.